Hey guys, this is Yankee7411, and I'm going to be doing a retro video. Now that we're done with my intro, I'll go ahead and show you the system. This is the Atari 2600. As you can see, this is the real thing. It's not a remake. It does have some markings on it. Has some legal information. If you guys, I'm going to show you that just to prove that this is real. They're not very rare, I guess, but some people might be skeptical. As you guys can see, though, in the very front, the system does have a faux wood on it. If you guys know, back in the 70s, the style back then was to have wood on the walls. You guys might see that in older houses, and they continued it onto the system. Now, it does look pretty cheap, the wood does, but it does kind of add a style to it that really, distinguishes it as a 70s gaming console. So, it says Atari right there in silver ink. Go ahead and show you that, guys, close up. It says Atari, and then it has some just lines running across the bottom right there. It's not ventilation. There's nothing special to it other than just adding a style to it. It makes it look more gaming oriented, I guess. And then up here, this is where you have most of the controls. The cartridges would go in there. I'll go ahead and flash a picture up right now. As you guys can see from this picture that I have up, they look similar to some of the ones from like a Sega. All cartridges pretty much look the same. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off right now. Now that we're back, I'll go ahead and discuss what some of these things do. And it also says video, computer, entertainment across the top. Nowadays it would probably say Sony in big letters or Microsoft. You know how people are now, trying to get their company, trying to get their company's name all over things. So I'll go ahead and slide up. As you guys can see, these triggers are actually like triggers. They slide up and down. Right here would be the power trigger. You would just slide it up and down, up to turn it on and down to turn it off. Pretty simple. And then right here would be distinguishing if you wanted to be in color or black and white. Back then, probably deciding if you wanted it in color or black and white was probably a really big deal to people. Nowadays, having a color TV is mandatory. You don't want to buy a black and white TV. If you are, then there's something wrong. But back then, that was probably a big deal to people. They were probably amazed that this system could do both black and white. To slide on across, here would be game select. This is how you select the game that you want to play in case you have a cartridge that comes with more than one game in it. You could scroll through. And then if the system glitches up, there is a reset slider, or trigger, I guess you would call it. These triggers do feel fairly cheap, as you guys can hear. Now these ones feel actually pretty expensive, but these ones don't have a lot of build quality to them. I'll go ahead and show you that close up. Slide it across, a little square with orange paint on it. And then I'll go ahead and flip it to the back. But before I do that, it says some words in English, obviously. They're across the top, and it just tells you what the things are on the back. Now you guys probably can't see this, so I will go ahead and have like a little thing going across the bottom saying what each one is, but I'll say it too. So go ahead and flip to the back. This is where you have all the main hookups, like systems that you have today. So right here, you have a little notch that goes back and forth that helps you pick if you want to be on channel 2 or 3. Now on newer TVs, you just have AV, HDMI. It's not like you have to pick between channel 2 and 3. Then right here would be a right controller. Now it does not look like USB. There was no USB back then. It looks more like a VGA plug-in almost. It has the same type of look to it. And then it has a difficulty trigger right here, where you can choose between expert and novice. Then you have power right in the center. Go a little bit further down, it just repeats itself. Now, what I found really interesting about this console was that it said difficulty, where you actually picked from the system. Nowadays, you would go into the menus of games and then pick right from there if you wanted to be a harder difficulty, but this one just says expert or novice, which really isn't that good, because if you are between that and you're not really a hardcore gamer, but you're not really, you know, a bad gamer, you might be in a predicament of what level you want to play at. And then it just says left controller right here. So that's the whole back of the system. There's nothing very special about it. And then right back here you have the cord that comes out to plug into the TV to show you video, and it's just one AV cord. Now to flip around to the bottom of the console, it has, like I said, I'd show you some legal information about the console. It just says where it was made, which is Taiwan. Yeah, it's just a bunch of stuff you probably don't care about. I'll go ahead and show you that anyways. And then it has 4 little sticky things, not sticky, but rubberized things that stop it from sliding around and scratching the table that it's on. So it'll give you a thinness look to it. That's what it looks like, in case you guys have not seen this console before. And to let you guys know, it does not feel anything like a PlayStation 3 or Xbox. It definitely does not have the build quality of the two systems. It definitely feels more like something that you would buy for like an Easter present almost. It has that same, you know, you can go to like the stores and you can buy like those things that have little controllers on them, like the stick controller. It feels more something like that. I guess I can flash a picture of that if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. I'll see if I can find the SpongeBob one that comes with a bunch of SpongeBob games. So, I guess you guys can look at that right now if I have it up. I'm guessing I do. So, yeah, it's very much like a system like that. It feels fairly cheap. Not cheap. Well, I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't feel cheap, but it doesn't feel like the quality is really put into the system. So, go ahead and just do one more little spin around. So here's the front, top, where the notches are and stuff like that. The back, I mean, let's see what I'm talking about. Sides, bottom, cord. So, this is Yankees 7411 signing out. Hope you enjoyed the video, and happy birthday, YouTube. You're 5 years old. Good job. You made it.